This may well be it. Oh, and Yashvili just put it down there, but he's recovered. A lot of followers of French rugby saying that maybe the Yashvili and Para axis at 9 and 10 really should be first pick, but Francois Tranduc had a terrific first half, didn't he? Just good to have options, I suppose. The cross kick, that's meant for Mackenzie, but Clare rose high. There's Damien Try with a kick ahead. The referee Craig Joubert said he saw that block on Try. Clearly he was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, good awareness by the outside backs. Vincent Clare on the far side, snuffing out the crossfield kick from Andy Munro. And then Try, the way he snapped up that ball, he knew exactly where to put it. As Rougerie looks on, well, we haven't seen a lot of him in this game. But Munro, well, he's played extremely well, hasn't he? Iriyama comes on to replace him.
So Craig Joubert telling the France side to get on with it. The clock's still running. So Canada now have a third captain. Craig Joubert just trying to resolve who it is. Taken there by Bonaire. There's Para, Mamoz, to his Perpignan teammate Marty. Back in the other direction from Yashvili. Oh, and it's fumbled by Damien Try. Here's Dalla. Look at the speed on this man. Good sevens player, Nanyak Dalla.
In touch.
There is Nanyak Dalla, originally from Nigeria. Learned his rugby, though, in Durban.
So France, well, what are they thinking? Surely they have the game wrapped up. A massive week here in New Zealand. That clash on Saturday between France and New Zealand conjures up all thoughts of brilliant rugby. But at the moment, France have just been a little bit disjointed.
Well, in fairness to them, they did show a fair amount of ambition, didn't they, in the first half? How many times you've seen French sides and things like the Heineken Cup stuff it up the jumper and just rumble their way up the field? It's often been has characterised the play of Biarritz on wet and rainy afternoons in places like Ravenhill, but here they've slung it about a bit. On comes Maxime Médard, Aurélien Rougerie goes off.
Yeah, one of his quieter games, Rougerie, but Maxime Médard, well, he's a guy who can really turn it on. And sometimes in France, you find when you play against them, it's the waves of that blue attack, it's the pace that they can put on the game. Undoubtedly, the conditions have affected the way France have maybe played. But that's because they've also come up against a very spirited Canadian side. They can be proud of what they brought to this game.
Pick 'em all. There it is for Yashvili. Yashvili, whose brother actually played for Georgia in the World Cup in past years.
12 offside.
This is quite a story, is Dimitri Yashvili. I think it was his grandfather who walked and got a bit of help, making the trip from Georgia to France. His father was a France international. His brother played for Georgia in the World Cup.
Good solid scrum though from Canada. You just see right in your picture, Yashvili came in, but also it was the centre. Maxime Mermoz was coming from an offside position. Pick-a-mole gets involved once again.
So less than 7 minutes to go. It's been a bit of a struggle for France, but unless something happens quite dramatic in the next couple of minutes, they're going to get away with the 4 points they were looking for. There's Sean White and Nanyak Dalla. White again, and it was Pick-a-mole dispossessing him, but Pick-a-mole has come offside. Quickly taken by Hirayama. There's Tyler Hodson, knocked backwards by Julien Bonaire. Aaron Carpenter just offloading.
All backward.
Tied it up by Bidens, but well, Canada have got possession, but they're being driven backwards by France.
Yeah, you can just see that blue line by France. Look at that line on the right of your picture there. They're quite happy to set. Then they'll press up.
Get a yarn with a little grubber through. Well scooped up by Pascal Papé.
Move away, Red.
Yashvili onto his favoured left foot. Like his half-back partner, he prefers the left peg as well, this Morgan Parra. Pritchard inside his 22. Parra's waiting for it. Yashvili on the decoy run. Parra gets wrapped up by Ryan Hamilton, also Connor Traynor. There's Medard. Straight into Kieran Hearn. Referee says the ball went backwards. There's Sean White. Kleberger. Finds Smith. The offloader Carpenter. The ball's gone backwards again. Hacked by McKenzie. There's Hodgson. Hearn has knocked it on. Referee playing advantage here to France. We're going to come back for a scrummage. It's going to be a France ball. They'll be perfectly happy with that, the men in blue, despite the reaction there of Marc Lièvremont.
Yeah, just a scrappy ending to the game, but again, France just quite happy just to go through the phases of possession. Felt that Parra there could have actually switched with Yashvili. There was an opportunity to go down the blind side.
Off comes Fulgence Ouedraogo, replaced by Emmanuel Harry-Nordicki. The Montpellier captain, replaced by the man from Biarritz. We have seen one or two Basque flags around the stadium today. Just a quick glimpse there of Harry-Nordicki. Harry-Nordicki here earning his 72nd cap for France. There's Marty. Medard just spinning and turning. Parra up and running again. Tackled by Hamilton. Medard. Got such a great step. He appears to have so much time, doesn't he, Medard?
Feature. Red.
Well, we were talking about the big performance and the major contribution made by Louis Picamol. He has been named the man of the match here.
Advantage, slowing it down.
Referee playing advantage now to France. Yashvili.
Previous ruck tackler roll away, slowing the ball down. Tackler roll away.
So the Canadian tackler there slowing the ball.
Well, quite a sensible option there actually for France, just to scrum, tie in the Canadian 8. But just a quick word on that man number 8, Louis Picamol. Just when we needed somebody to actually get grip of the game, certainly he was that. I thought also that Servat had played well in the first half. He carried the ball well, got substituted after 20 minutes in the second half. But Picamol, a worthy winner of Man of the Match award today.
Crouch. Touch.
There's a big blind side to defend here, isn't there? See Connor Traynor. The long pass out, and it's comfortable for Vincent Clerc. Yet another try for the wing. His 28th test try. And this his 52nd cap.
Well, there was simplicity in its execution, wasn't it? McKenzie on the far side, the left winger for Canada, he was the one who was sucked in. And just the speed of thought of the overhead pass. Clerc in for the try. Pritchard, well, you saw his positioning. It was too tight to the scrum. And this guy's a finisher, isn't he? Good pass by Yashvili, wasn't it? Straight into the darting run of his winger. It's always the old adage, you pass for the man, not to the man, and on that occasion, the pass was absolutely perfect.
So his toughest test of the night so far. Successful with 7 out of 8. And he's just drawn it in. And it's now 8 out of 9. Morgan Parra's left peg on song.
Well, Canada have contributed to this game, but ultimately I think it was the experience of this French team that delivered the result. They then move on to the big one against the All Blacks next Saturday. But it was a spirited effort, and really felt that the 3 penalties bang on the first half that allowed France to go in 19-10 up just gave France the cushion to then go on to win this game.
Jean-Baptiste Poux has been off, I think, 3 times now, and he's come back again. Straight into the action as well, Yashvili. There's try to Mamos. Feeding Médard. This will be the last play of the match. Kleberger's taken a bit of a knock. Here's Damien try, pumping the knees, elbows out. The pick up there from Julien Pierre. France keen on finishing off it with a bit of a flourish here. There's David Marty. To Bonnet, to Vincent Clair. Just fending off Sean White. Straight into Naniak Dala. There's Barcella. Parra again. Haranordaki. That was Girardo. Through goes Mamos, and this man has got electric pace. To Médard also has. To Haranordaki. Can France finish it off? Surely they got numbers out wide here. Damien tried, Vincent Clair. It is a hat-trick.
Well, hat-trick for Clair. A typical France. The sweeping play, the angles are running. Well, they wanted that try. Clair started that movement with a handoff deep in the 22. The triple whammy in for the little winger. Canada, well, the score doesn't really reflect the effort that they put into tonight. Just the cutback and then the support. Haranordaki got the support from Médard. But look at the numbers that France got there to clear, and then the wide over pass delivered. They've been interesting tonight, France, put it that way.
So what is Marc Liérimont going to do about his selection for the weekend? Do you know what, Scott? I'm not sure Marc Liérimont knows at the moment.
You're right. But it just shows you just how much class they've got on their team, the way the simplicity of the last 2 scores, but that sweeping, flowing movement, that is typical France.
Very nicely done from Morgan Parra. Well, it was a night on which the conditions demanded precision from France, and they've stepped up. Look at that, 46 points to 19. They've got the bonus point. France have got the job done. Now it's for the All Blacks at Eden Park at the weekend.